If your washer dryer's drying program is turning off prematurely, it could be due to a lint buildup around the condenser that's causing it to overheat and shut off early to prevent a fire. In this video, I'm going to show you how I cleared lint blockage in my Beko Washer dryer, which got mine working again. This video is for educational purposes only. Always unplug devices before working on them, and copying anything in this video is done so at your own risk. So with the appliance unplugged, the first thing you need to access is the top and back. So if it's tucked under a cabinet or countertop like mine, you need to pull it out. If you've got a lino floor like mine or some other less durable flooring that could be damaged by dragging out the machine, all you need is 2 pieces of durable plastic that you can slide onto each pair of feet on the left and right side. I'm using 2 rubble sacks, but you could also use something similar like an IKEA bag or other kind of durable plastic sheeting. Just tilt it left and slide one under the right side feet and then tilt it right for the left side. And once they're both in place, you can pull out the machine without damaging most floors. You usually find a couple of screws like this at the back holding the top on. So if you unscrew these first and then push the top to slide the lid off towards the back, and then inside you'll see the condenser here, a bunch of mostly cables or spade connectors going in. And in my case, 2 sets of Torx screws that are holding it down and also holding it together. As I was doing this blind, I unscrewed and disconnected everything, keeping the screws in the shape of where they came off and photographing the connectors before I removed them. Now on the Beko oven, it's the larger Torx screws that are holding it down to the machine. The smaller Torx screws, they're holding the 2 sides of the condenser together. But they're not the only thing. Most Beko machines also have a very strong black bonding agent around the 2 halves. So in retrospect, if you are working on a Beko, I recommend that you just remove the larger screws in electronics, which will allow you to lift up the condenser rather than trying to faff about with the small screws like I did. You also need to be careful when removing the screws because the larger ones are going to be too heavy to stick to the magnet on the drill bit, as I found out. Hooray! To rescue the down screw that I dropped down the side, I simply taped a neodymium magnet to a stick and then used that as a fishing rod to scoop it back out. Now you can see here where the blockage was. It's around this part where the condenser ejects hot air, which contains lint, into this clear plastic outlet. So to gain access to this and clear out the blockage, all you need to do is lift up the condenser. Use 2 steady hands on either side and just gently pull it up. Be very cautious not to break or snag anything. It might require a bit more force. That's why I did it off camera with 2 hands, and I'm now showing you with 1 hand how it looks after I've lifted it up. Yeah, basically what I'm hoping is I'll pick up some of this lint and then I'll flush this top bit. You can see here, this pipe is like, it splits the water coming in here. So the main bit goes, into the dryer, but the little bit comes in here, I think, which cleans this, but it only starts there. So from like there, it's clear, but then here, where the water doesn't reach, is blocked. So I reckon pick it off and then flush this with some water. And then I'll try and clean what I can on there. And hopefully it'll go back together. So there's me lifting out some of the lint with a screwdriver. You can see why it was blocked, not working. It's really dirty. I scraped the rest by hand and then poured some water through a funnel to clean it properly. So make sure you do a quick empty wash after you've done this job on the machine before using it again to rinse through some of that cleared out dust and lint. Finally, I used some pliers to pick at the fan at the back of the condenser as best I could. This wasn't a perfect job, but as long as you get the bulk of it out, it should work just fine. The rest of the job is simply to put it back the way you found it in reverse order. So you're going to push the condenser back on top, screw it in, reconnect all the electronic cables, then screw the top back on. Simple as that. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving the video a like and don't forget to subscribe for more how-to videos.